The Wilherns are one of the wealthiest and most prestigious families of nobles. They are respected by all in society, but not until the family's son, named Ralph Wilhern, gets into an affair with their housemaid Clara, who turns out to be pregnant. He wants to marry Clara, but his family laughs at the thought. They want him to marry someone from their own social class, and he obliges for the sake of the family's name. A heartbroken Clara commits suicide because of the betrayal. Clara's mother is the town's witch, who is enraged by her daughter's death. At night, she shows up at the Wilherns' property and spreads animal guts all over the lawn. Using her powers, she binds them with a spell and curses the next Wilhern daughter to be born with the face of a pig. She claims that only when one of their own kind will claim the girl as their own, the curse will be broken, and her real face will be revealed. For the next 5 generations, all of Wilhern's brides give birth to sons. Finally, in the 6th generation, a girl is born to Ella and Leonard Wilhern, but she doesn't have a pig face. The family celebrates, thinking that the witch's curse mustn't have worked. But little do they know, Ella has been cheating on Leonard, so the daughter is not a Wilhern. So, the real firstborn Wilhern girl is Penelope, the daughter of Jessica and Franklin Wilhern. The witch's curse has worked on Penelope, and she is born with a pig's nose and ears. Since the Wilherns are the talk of the town, the birth of the girl is heavily anticipated by the media. Jessica doesn't want anyone to see her daughter. She even blinds a reporter's eyes because he gets a glimpse of her. She fakes Penelope's death and then cremates her non-existent body so that no one will ever try to look at her face. She then decides to never let the girl go out until the curse is broken. They even talk to a doctor about surgically removing the nose and enhancing it, but it turns out that the carotid artery runs directly through her nose, so if it is cut, Penelope will die. Jessica even stops everyone in the house from ever eating bacon. No one was allowed to call Penelope a pig, even if it was just a joke. Little Penelope would sometimes run out to their main gate, but Jessica didn't even allow that. With no way to get her daughter a normal face, Jessica settles on finding the solution in a traditional way. Since the witch said that the curse would end when one of their own kind accepts the girl, Jessica believes it will go away once Penelope gets married to someone within their social status. She has been trying to find a husband for her with the help of a dating agent named Wanda ever since Penelope's 18th birthday. All the men she has ever brought to meet Penelope have run away. Penelope has never been out of her house, and since the news of her existence should be kept a secret, the men who come to see her are made to sign a non-disclosure agreement after the meeting. The ones who run in fear after seeing her face are brought back by the family's butler, named Jake, to sign the NDA. It has been 7 years, but she hasn't found a suitable man. One day, Edward Humphrey Vanderman III, the son of a wealthy businessman, comes to meet Penelope in the hopes of dating her. But when he gets a look at her face, he runs away, horrified, just like every other man. This time, the butler Jake is unable to catch the man, so Jessica is distressed. A horrified Edward goes to the police station to report a demonic girl with fangs trying to kill him, but the police don't take him seriously. The Wilherns know how to stop the rumors from going around, so they publish an article about Edward being a delusional maniac. The next day, Edward goes to the newspaper company and demands the news be removed because it will affect his father's reputation. A journalist named Lemon hears Edward shouting about the pig girl and claims that he has also seen the girl. As it turns out, Lemon is the reporter who Jessica had blinded for getting a glimpse of Penelope. He wants to take revenge on the Wilherns, and Edward wants to gain his reputation back, so they join hands to expose Penelope's existence. They plan to send a man as a suitor and secretly take pictures of her. Their only problem is that Jessica only looks for wealthy men, so they cannot bribe anyone with money. Lemon knows a formerly wealthy and elite man named Max, who spent all of his father's money on gambling. He can be disguised as wealthy and sent to take the picture. The following day, Lemon approaches Max, who agrees to do it after receiving the money. Later, they are in front of the Wilherns' residence. Lemon makes Max wear a jacket with a camera fixed on it, which takes a picture when he raises his right arm. Max and the other guys are made to sit in the house's library that has a one-way mirror and a microphone, so Penelope can see and talk to the boys without them seeing her. Max hides behind the couch to adjust his camera when Penelope comes into the room. All the other guys run away in fear after seeing her face, but Max, who hasn't seen her face, stays. Penelope knew this would happen, so she isn't even sad anymore. Suddenly, she notices Max is still sitting on the couch through a camera. Penelope is beyond surprised and goes to talk to him through the one-way mirror. She finds him taking a book from the shelf and putting it inside his jacket. Max is startled when she calls out to him and keeps the book on the table. She asks him if he saw her face, and Max vaguely says he has. The two talk for a while and bond, but she never shows him her face. Before Max leaves, Penelope asks him to come back tomorrow. Both Wanda and Jessica, who have been listening to the conversation, cry tears of happiness. The following day, Max meets Lemon and Edward outside the Wilherns' residence and changes into the jacket again. Max goes inside and waits for Penelope in the library again. He gets bored and starts whistling on a toy frog. Penelope suddenly asks if he plays any instruments. He, in turn, asks her to guess. The Wilherns set up a band with several instruments in the library and make Max play them so that Penelope can guess. The two laugh as Max plays the instruments horribly. In the end, he is playing the piano while she instructs him from the other side of the mirror. Suddenly, Max feels a hand over his and turns around. He is shocked to see Penelope's face for the first time, but he doesn't seem disgusted or afraid. Rather, he lifts his arm to touch her face, but accidentally clicks a picture. He curses at the fact, but Penelope thinks it is because of her face and runs away. Max tries to stop her, but when she doesn't, he makes his way outside. Instead of handing the camera to Lemon, he respects Penelope's privacy and breaks it. Lemon and Edward are furious and ask for their money back. Just then, Jessica and Wanda come outside and see Max with Lemon. Jessica figures that Max is a spy, but Max comes inside anyway. While the two talk, Max realizes that Jessica is looking for someone of their social status because only he can break the curse. Penelope appears on the stairs and asks Max if he will marry her and help her break the curse. To her dismay, Max replies no. At night, Penelope decides to run away from the house to live her life on her own accord. She covers half of her face with a scarf and sneaks out through a window. When Jessica finds out, it is too late. Edward and Lemon, who had been keeping an eye on the house, also find out about her running away. Meanwhile, Penelope sees a crowd of people for the first time. She takes a long walk in a park, as she has always wanted to, and calls her mother for the last time to say she isn't coming home anymore. She then enters a hotel to stay for the night and pays using her mother's card. Meanwhile, Lemon and Edward put out an advertisement in the newspaper with a sketch of a Penelope lookalike, claiming that whoever finds a picture of such a girl will be rewarded $5,000. Penelope knows she can't use her mother's card because it can be traced back to her, so she calls Lemon. Penelope wants to sell her own picture for the money. Lemon and Edward are surprised, but agree. She takes a picture of herself in a photo booth and brings it to Lemon. The following day, Penelope's picture is published in a newspaper for the whole world to see. Penelope then goes to a pub where she meets a girl named Annie and befriends her. Annie gives her a ride on her bike. Meanwhile, Max sees Penelope's picture in the newspaper and is furious at Lemon. When he goes to confront him, Lemon tells him that Penelope sold the picture herself and that she is declaring her own independence. The news makes Max want to pursue his dream of being a pianist in a band again. He goes to his old friend and restarts playing the piano. Cut to a few months later, Penelope has been living her life to the fullest, going to circuses, ice skating, bars, and whatnot. She sends her parents a postcard every time she tries something new. One day, her parents spot her while walking through the city. She tries running away and ends up in the pub with Annie. An exhausted Penelope faints, and the scarf from her face is removed. Everyone sees her face and is surprised. When Penelope wakes up, she is in a hospital bed. Several reporters take her pictures, and she becomes the talk of the town. In contrast to what she had thought, Penelope is loved by people and becomes a celebrity herself. For the next few months, she is all over the newspaper. She no longer needs to conceal her face from anyone. Edward, however, still sees Penelope as a hideous monster. He mistakenly expresses his feelings in front of the press and angers his father. To redeem his and his father's image, Edward proposes to Penelope. Penelope accepts the proposal after being persuaded by her mother. Meanwhile, Lemon finds out that Max has been arrested for armed robbery and goes to meet him in prison. However, he is surprised to see Max's friend, with whom he used to play poker. He soon realizes that he has mistaken Max for the son of a formerly wealthy man, when he is actually a normal guy with gambling problems. It turns out that his real name is Johnny Martin, and he had lied and taken the job for money. It is now the day of the wedding. Lemon approaches Jessica and Wanda to tell them that Edward was the one who published Penelope's picture. They finally find out that Johnny said no to marrying Penelope because he knew he couldn't break the curse, as he isn't their kind. Even after knowing this, Jessica insists on letting Edward marry Penelope. At the altar, Penelope is asked if she takes Edward as her husband. She goes silent for a while and says she doesn't. She then rushes inside the house. Jessica follows her, saying that this is her only chance to get rid of her ugly face. Penelope retaliates and says she likes herself how she is. Suddenly, a force pushes her and she falls unconscious. When she wakes up, her nose has gone back to normal. The curse has been broken because by their own kind, the witch meant that she had to be accepted by a wealthy aristocrat, which includes Penelope herself. If Jessica had taught Penelope that she is beautiful just the way she is, the curse would have been broken a long time ago. The following day, Wilhern's butler Jake walks out of the house with his luggage. As Jessica yells at him to come back, she loses her voice. Then, it is revealed that Jake is the witch who had cursed the family and had been watching them suffer all this time. Penelope also leaves the Wilherns' residence and starts working as an elementary school horticulture teacher. One Halloween, she decides to meet Johnny again and goes to his house party with Annie. She knocks on his door with a pig snout mask on her face. As they talk, Johnny figures out that it is Penelope, and the two finally kiss. Sometime later, we see the two telling Penelope's horticulture class about their story. Lemon watches them from a rowboat in the nearby lake. He tries snapping a picture of the new Penelope to write about it in the newspaper, but he sees how happy she is and cancels the plan. The movie gives us a beautiful message that a person's real beauty is not what their face looks like, but has to do with their kindness and who they are on the inside. Like Penelope, many women are made to feel insecure about their unique features, but in reality, all of them are beautiful in their own way.